Blitzart mini flash. 2 year. My humble opinion after 2 years of usage. After 2 years, the script tape, it's holding out well. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it's holding out okay. The deck. The wood on the deck. 7 or 8 layers of maple Canadian wood. I don't know, I mean, it's the usual thing. Zero flexing. No flex at all on the board. Sturdy, stiff. You will get pain in your knees, in your calves, maybe ankles, if you're not used to a stiff board. But this is a stiff board. Okay, so bear that in mind. After 2 years, the deck, the wood, and the grip is holding out excellent. Not bad, not amazing, but it's excellent. It's good. It's a little bit better than some other boards. Okay, and for the price, I paid $180 for this thing. So after 2 years, this grip tape should be gone. The wood should be, I don't know, it should have moss, how do you call that thing? Whatever, some black things that come out in the wood when it's not finished correctly. That loosens out their strength. Moss, something like that, moss or whatever, because I live in Florida, and I've gone through some puddles and stuff, and you know, water might have gotten inside, but still, like I said, it's holding, it's doing great. None of that has happened. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be it for the deck. Now, the wheels. Let's talk about the wheels. The wheels are holding up excellent too. Excellent, a little bit better than I thought. They still have this excellent squishy feeling rubber road absorption thing. You know that's going on. I don't know. They don't specify what type of hardness rating they have, but I would say it's in the soft side. Obviously, it looks like it's in the soft side. So if the deck is stiff, the wheels make up for it. You know, it's not like a longboard. It's not as flexy as a longboard, and you don't have that comfort. But the wheels are not. You know, if there were stiffer wheels, yes, you will feel it even more on your calves and your legs. But since these wheels absorb the road quite well, you can go for 5 or 6. You know, without any issues. I will say anything longer than that, you will still feel some soreness on your calf, on your leg, or whatever. The nuts and the bearings are good. You know, after some time, after many years of usage, the bearings have, you know, they obviously have loose. They have loose their how do you say, their rotation, their my goodness, what's the word that I'm looking for? Well, you guys get it. They are not, they don't rotate as well as before. Obviously because they have increased their resistance, okay? They have increased the resistance due to the wear. So yeah, you can untighten this nut, but then the roll vibrations might make it looser than you want, and then the wheel might fall off. So you don't wanna, you know, you don't wanna have an accident, okay? That's being done. So I just left it like that. When it came from factory, it was a lot tighter. It would just move like this for safety reasons, I guess. And I get tightened a little bit more, and you know, now it's moving more freely. But it was moving more free, even more freely than right now. Okay, so again, it's 2 years of use. Let's go to the motor. Okay, now you guys might be wondering, what the hell is those black things going around the motor? Well, that if I am not mistaken, that is dust. It looks like dust. Yeah, that's dust. And this white thing around it, it's hot glue. Now, why did I put hot glue on the motor? Well, since I live in Florida, we have rain pretty much the whole year. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to seal off parts of the motor and the battery. I'll get to the battery later, to make it kind of waterproof or splash proof, you know. And it worked. It actually did work. Now the motor gets hot, so the hot glue starts to peel off, starts to melt. So that is not good. Okay, it's not good, but you can always put more hot glue. That's what I did. I just kept on putting hot glue, and you know, it stayed there. Now it's pretty much sealed into it. So bonded. Yeah, it's pretty much bonded into it. After 2 years, this motor has gone bad. Okay, I have to say it's gone bad. It's gotten to the point where I try to accelerate and it won't accelerate. It will stutter. It won't give me the top speed that I want. Top speed right now, it's probably around 10 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour at the most, which is a little bit slow. You know, it's on the slower side. Acceleration is not great. Now the acceleration is not good, but the braking on the motor is excellent. Okay, it's very touchy. But it does its job very well on the braking. It brakes so well that it makes the tire, it kind of locks on the tire. Okay, so you're going 10-12 miles an hour, you jump. Let me show it up right now on the remote. Okay, let me turn it on. You're going, you're accelerating, and then if you want to brake, you just gotta give it a little. You just gotta brake just little by little, like this, just little by little, until you start feeling that you're braking. But if you go like this, you're gonna bust your ass because this wheel will lock on you. Okay, it's not like it has an ABS system. No, this is like the old school sports cars with no ABS. Same thing with this. You brake on this, and this thing will lock on the wheel. It will lock. So that's it's not that safe, but it is also good because if you put your full-on weight on the back tire, you will brake really fast. Okay, that's the only thing that I like. That's one of the things that I like. I'm sorry. That's one of the things that I like, that you can brake. The brakes are strong. Acceleration is not good. Braking, really good. Let's keep on moving to the battery. Now, obviously, the battery, after so many years of usage, it's gone. You know, it's the discharge rate and the capacity and all of the stuff. It's been reduced. So before I will go to work, because I use this as my daily commute to work for my 2 jobs. I got 2 jobs. Before I used to go to do my 2 jobs in one day and still got plenty of battery left to get back home. And now I can barely make it home. And one of my jobs, it's what? Let me see, almost 3 miles away from my house right now. And I would say that my daily commute is 7 miles, somewhere around there, 6-7 miles. I will do that with this for a year and a half ago, and I will get home with 2 bars of battery left. Now when I get home, I barely have 1 bar of battery left. So that tells you that the battery has gone bad. It's still useful, you can still use it, it still gives you some juice, but since you only have 1 bar of battery left, well, for me, the acceleration decreases, the braking performance also decreases, everything decreases on the board. The battery, you can say that the battery is the like the heart of the board. So if it's not working well, then if the battery is not working well, then the board is not gonna perform well. So after 2 years, the battery is still going on, but you know, it kind of wants to have its break. The charger. I'm gonna talk about the charger right here. The charger. Well, the charger is just a charger. Okay, it works, still functions properly. So there isn't too much. I can't say too much about the charger. It works, you know, it works. Okay. The remote. I haven't changed these batteries since the first time that I installed them 2 years ago, and you know, I just checked up on how much battery I still got on these batteries, and they still got plenty of juice. Okay, so that means that the controller is efficient when it comes to drawing or getting the energy out of the batteries. It's very efficient, you know. Now supposedly you have 2 modes, okay, right there. I don't know if you can see them. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Okay, hold on. Alright, perfect. Supposedly you have 2 modes right there, okay, which is fast and slow mode on the remote. You can change it on the remote. Well, that's not true. You just got this switch does nothing, okay. This switch does absolutely nothing, and it's really hard to get into. Okay, now you switch it. It does absolutely nothing to the board. Okay, you put it on beginner mode, supposedly beginner mode, and you're gonna accelerate as fast as if you put it on expert mode, which is supposedly is that switch when you switch it to the right side. It does nothing. Okay, it's just for show. It's just for show. Yeah, it's just for show. Yeah, it's just for show. The remote fell a couple of days. Well, not a couple of days, a couple of weeks ago, and I managed to break the little thing, the seal in the clicky thing that goes into the remote to make it stay there. But you know, it broke off. Still closes down, but if you just give it a little touch, it will open up. So, well, that's something, you know. That's the quality of the remote. It's not, you know, it's good, but it's not the best. Yeah, like I say, you turn it on here. It's on right now. Yes. Turn it on, and you accelerate, and you get this signal. The red LED starts to show up. Same thing when you're braking. Okay, and here's your backwards and forwards switch. Motor lost its polarity, meaning that I had to put it on backwards to go forward, and forward to go backwards, and it flicked just like that. Like, you could be running, you could be just riding your board like nothing's going on, and then out of nowhere the board will just immediately brake and start going backwards. So you will have to catch on the board, or, you know, brake as fast as you can to stop the board from running over somebody or flying out, and switch the forwards and backward button on the other direction in order for you to use it properly. So that's something that happened on the board, and you know, I don't know what I did, but now it's fine. Now it's going forward like it's supposed to. But yeah, it's not good, you know. It might do it might change the polarity later on, today, tomorrow, I have no idea, but that's something that you gotta keep in mind. It's backward, forward, and sometimes, you know, it just reverses the polarity. connection issues. After 2 years, you do get some connection issues. Sometimes you want to accelerate, and it takes time. Like right now, you see, it's not constant. Okay, it's not constant. Not something that is constant connection. Right now, when I accelerate in it, you may think, oh, okay, I have some play, I have some space here to keep on accelerating and adjust the throttle. But when you're on the board itself, you only have, I'm turning this off, no, hold on, I'm gonna turn this off. Okay. When you're on the board itself, you only have this much play. Okay, let me show you. Okay, when you are on the board, you only have this much play. Okay, you see the little light? Okay, supposedly you are already moving forward, but when you are on the street, riding the board, you ain't going nowhere. So you still gotta keep going, and now, right there, you start going when you get to this point. So when you're riding, you only have this. What? That's probably, I would say, 4 millimeters of play for the throttle. Very, very minimal. You see, it's just minimal. It's minimal play to adjust the throttle, which is not good. That is not good at all. You want to have a lot of throttle play so you can adjust it of whatever you wish, like that. But that's not the case. Now for the braking, it's a whole other story. When you brake and you hit the brake, you do get some better play. But remember what I said before. The brakes are so strong that you just gotta give it just a little bit, just a little notch, and you will start to feel the brakes quite hard. I think that should be it. Yeah, well, not really. I have these 2 metal plates installed on the board because I almost got run over by a car. The board kept on flying, I couldn't brake, and the board just kept on flying. The car just went straight, it just ran over the board. Thank God I threw myself out to the grass, and I didn't get run over. I was going on the sidewalk, and this individual was going into the gas station. There's a little opening for the cars to go into the gas station. I was going through that sidewalk, and the guy just wanted to go inside the gas station and didn't saw me. But thank God I saw him, otherwise I would have flown out. I was going like what, 5-8 miles an hour at the most, but that guy was going he was going into the gas station at 15-20 miles, and it was going hard. It didn't even brake. And yeah, that's $180. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I would recommend it. I would say that it's a good board. It's not the best. If you're an adult, you're gonna find that this is a little bit slower for you. If you're starting out, you're an adult, you gotta go to work and stuff, get this, get a feeling of how a board works, how to skate, and then work yourself up into a longboard or something faster and better. And if you're a kid, you're a teenager that wants to just have fun, go out there, this is the board for you. Might be a little bit slower for some teenagers, people that young people that wanna go fast and stuff. It might be a little bit slower, but for kids, I think this is a good board for kids and adults as well if you want to start out. So as a starting board, I would recommend it because you're gonna use it for a year maybe at the most, and then or a couple of months, and then you're gonna wanna upgrade to something better. And you know, it's not that you spend thousands of dollars on the board. So a couple of $100, you get something to start out really good, get yourself used to it, and you know, it's pretty good. Anyway, thank you for watching my boring video. And the little trips that you guys heard were my canary bird. And then I got some videos of it on my YouTube channel. Anyway, thank you.